Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call our meeting to order. If we could have a roll call, please. This will be our March 15th continuation meeting.
Cole.
Here.
Edwards.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Lee.
Here. Okay, on our continuation meeting, we wanted to have the further discussion regarding the police department vehicle lease. In that, I think, as we've seen all the communication back and forth with the chief, there were some additional questions, I think, that had come up regarding the possibility of an increased automobile or vehicle insurance to the town for these new vehicles versus the older vehicles. And I believe Roberto had did research. He actually contacted the insurance company and found out that we actually just pay per vehicle age, or the actual vehicle age, make, and model doesn't determine the rate. So there would be no additional increase for replacing these vehicles. I mean, obviously, to the point there will be somewhat of a double payment or double coverage for the small or brief time as you decommission these other ones and we sell them. But we're probably talking a month, 2 months? Yeah, okay, all right. Any other questions? Did we?
I was just curious to make sure Joe wanted to see the numbers in black and white. He did see those numbers.
He did, yes. I think I spoke to Joe last night. He's probably watching this from Florida right now, but he did have just a concern about one type of analysis to be done that, as it would be a long-term of the 5 years lease versus buy, which that report was never done. So that I know that he did have a concern about that. I think lacking that report, he said if he was here tonight, I believe that he would vote no for this. We do have Councilman Aiken that did write in and said that he could not make the meeting tonight. He did want to let him know that he's in, quote, I'm in full support of the chief's plan to lease the 5 new vehicles, end quote, from Councilman Aiken, as well as Councilman Morris that said, quote, I'm good with them, sir. I think the ideas are solid and justified having them. Thanks, unquote. So I guess we could go around the dice here just one more time if there's other concerns, since we do have the chief here, before we make this important decision. Councilman Leake?
Yes, sir. I did some research on my own to look into. I know one of Vice Mayor Passanel, one of his concerns was the SUV, wide unit SUVs. And looking at it, a lot of police fleets are actually switching over to the SUV vehicles. The reason behind that is their payload that they can carry. You're able to carry more gear. You're able to outfit those vehicles a lot easier than you are sedans. It's much more comfortable for officers to be able to get in and out, as well as folks who unfortunately would have to go under arrest and go to the jail and transportation. Also, Ford I looked at to see, because since we're looking at Ford vehicles here, Ford has, when they first rolled out this plan back in 2012, they were looking to do an all-wheel drive versus two-wheel drive, and looking at their numbers from sedan to SUV, and they said that the SUV portions went up almost 90% in the all-wheel drive across the entire country, not just in folks' areas where they do need that all-wheel drive, but just for that model is so much more marketable and usable. And even the U.S. economy, I mean, I was looking and listening to WTOP the other day, and they were saying that small SUVs and sedans are going out of the picture, and small SUVs are coming in for the U.S. economy. So I'm in full support of all 5 vehicles and moving forward with the lease.
All right. Councilwoman Edwards?
I have
anything?
no more questions. I met with Chief. He answered all my questions, and
Okay.
I'm good.
Councilman Cole?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we're now going to be, even, before, when we would be purchasing generally a car per year, we always had the ability to say no to that. This, we're locking ourselves in to, payments each
We can
year.
return them.
Yeah, we can. So, but it's more of a commitment, this one is, and that's fine, just as long as we budget for it each year. And that's all I have.
Okay. All right. With that, if there is no further discussion, I think we have some draft motions here.
Mayor.
Yes.
Resolution approving allocations of fiscal year 16, fiscal year 17 funds for police vehicle lease agreement. Whereas the town and town council for the town of Haymarket, Virginia have previously determined to allocate funds in the 2016-2017 capital improvements program budget in the amount of $40,000 to purchase a new vehicle. The funds and the town manager is now presenting a proposal to use those funds to enter into a lease agreement to acquire 5 new police vehicles as described herein, and whereas the town has already allocated $40,000 in the fiscal year 2016-2017 capital improvement program budget for the purchase of 1 police vehicle for the town of Haymarket Police Department, and whereas the town determined that it would be advantageous to enter into a lease agreement to acquire 5 new police vehicles all at once and to divide the lease payments over a 5-year period instead of purchasing 1 police vehicle each year for the next 5 years. And whereas in addition to requesting funds for the lease of 5 new vehicles, the police department requests funds to purchase the police equipment needed to upfit the 5 new police vehicles acquired through the lease agreement. And whereas the lease agreement will be less expensive and will result in lower payments for the town over the next 5 years, and previously contemplated purchase of 1 police vehicle per year will reduce the interest payments and allow the town to keep all the police equipment for resale or use if the town decides to terminate the lease at any time during the 5-year term, and will allow the town to purchase the lease vehicle for $1 at the end of these terms. Therefore, let it be resolved as follows. The adoption of this resolution authorizes the police department to use $40,000 that is budgeted and appropriated in 2016-2017 capital improvement program budget for the purchase of a new vehicle to be instead be used to enter into a lease agreement to acquire 5 new police vehicles, to divide these lease payments over a 5-year period, and to purchase the police equipment needed to outfit the new police vehicles. 2, all prior actions of the town officers and furtherance of the purposes of this resolution are hereby ratified, approved, and confirmed. All other resolutions or part thereof in conflict with this resolution are hereby repealed. To the extent of the conflict, this resolution shall be taken effect immediately.
Second.
So motion's been seconded. Discussion on the motion? Seeing none, a roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Leach.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. And we have another draft.
Do you want me to read this one?
Sure.
Okay. Mayor, resolution approving financing terms for lease purchase of 5 police vehicles. Whereas the mayor and town council of the town of Haymarket, Virginia, has previously determined to undertake the lease purchase of the new police vehicles, and the town manager has now presented a proposal for the financing of such a project, let it therefore be resolved as follows. The town hereby determines to finance the project through Signature Public Funding Corporation, Signature, in accordance with the master lease agreement between Signature Public Funding Corporation and the town of Haymarket. The amount financed shall not exceed $150,000. The annual interest rate, in the absence of default or change in tax status, shall not exceed 1.97%, and the financing term shall not exceed 5 years from closing. All financing contracts and all related documents for the closing of the financing documents, shall be consistent with the foregoing terms. All officers and employees of the town are hereby authorized and directed to execute and deliver any financing documents, and to take all such further action as they may consider necessary or desirable to carry out the financing of the project as contemplated by the proposal in this resolution. The town manager is hereby authorized and directed to hold executed copies of the financing documents until the conditions for the delivery of the financing documents have been completed to such officer's satisfaction. The town manager is authorized to approve changes to any financing documents previously signed by town officers or employees, provided that such changes shall not substantially alter the intent of such documents or certificates from the intent expressed in the forms executed by such officers. The financing documents shall be in such final forms as the town manager shall approve, with the town manager's release of any financing document for delivery, constituting conclusive evidence of such officer's final approval of the document's final form. The town shall not take or omit or take any action, the taking or omission of which shall cause its interest payments on this financing to be includable in the gross income for federal income tax purposes of the registered owners of the interest payment obligations. The town hereby designates its obligations to make principal and interest payments under the financing documents as qualified tax-exempt obligations for the purpose of Internal Revenue Code Section 265B3. The town intends that the adoption of this resolution will be a declaration of the town's official intent to reimburse expenditures for the project that is to be financed from the proceeds of the signatures funding described above. The town intends that funds that have been advanced or that may be advanced from the town's general fund or any other town fund related to the project for project costs may be reimbursed from the financing proceeds. All prior actions of town officers in furtherance of the purposes of this resolution are hereby ratified, approved, and confirmed. All other resolutions or parts thereof in conflict with this resolution are hereby repealed to the extent of the conflict. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Second.
The motion has been seconded. Discussion on this motion? Roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, we have one other order of business tonight to go into closed session. If someone wants to bring this in, or actually, I think I could do this. The form of the motion would be to go in closed session pursuant to 2.2.3711A, 1, discussion, assignment, or appointment, promotion or performance or demotion, salaries, discipline, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body, specifically employees of the town, and pursuant to 2.2.3711A, 7, consultation with legal counsel or briefing by staff for probable litigation involving a contract issues between the town as a consulting or briefing. An open meeting would adversely affect the town's negotiation and litigating posture.
Second.
Actually, I need a...
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, sorry. Now I'll second.
There we go. Discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. We'll be back shortly.
Do I need anything to take?
Okay, we are back. Councilwoman Edwards, if you could bring us back into open session.
I move to certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under this chapter, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered in the meeting by the public body.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Denise, if you could roll call us.
Cole.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
All right, great.
I would like to make a motion to appoint Kimberly Murray as the administrative officer for the town of Haymarket effective March 15th, 2017.
Second.
Motion's been second. Discussion on the motion. Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Great. What other announcement? We have,
Working session.
Yeah, work session.
27th of March.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
27th of March, 26th of March, no.
Oh, 6 p.m., right. 27th,
Learn the lingo.
yeah, at 6 p.m. Other than that, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
There you go. Well, on yes, Councilman Cole,
I'll second.
Councilman Edwards, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, great. Thank you all very much.